Hello everyone and welcome back to one of our cybersecurity videos. My name is Mina and today in this video I will show you how to build your own private VPN server on a Kali Linux machine, and we'll use a solution called OpenVPN Access Server. It is fast, secure, and you can control everything. Perfect for getting a US IP, so you can get into USA network or location, protecting yourself on public Wi-Fi, giving teammates safe remote access, and many more. So instead of having your public VPN, you subscribe in one of the services, you build your own VPN server. So what we are building, we will run an open VPN access server in Docker on Kali Linux virtual machine. We will open the right ports, create admin user, finish the setup with the UI, and then you can connect using your device to your virtual server, your VPN server, and use it in the US. Let's start from a clean slate. First, previously on our previous videos, I've shown you how to create a free account on Azure, how to create a virtual machine. It's a Kali Linux virtual machine. You can go back to these videos and look on how to install a Kali Linux, or this one is Ubuntu Linux virtual machine. So you can go back to these videos and follow up on how to install this virtual machine. So this one has this IP address, and I'm just showing you here in Azure we've created this one, and we are going to use this machine to host a VPN server, so you can connect your computer to it and then have like move your network to USA geolocation, and then you can go from there and do whatever you want. So let me minimize this one. We are not going to use it now. What is the next step? You'll need a Linux machine with internet access, Docker installed, all the permissions, ability to open and forward ports like 443, 943, 194, and then build up or install your server. Before we continue with the script, let me show you first. If we go back here, so if we go to cybersecureworld.net, this is our website, the one I've created it. If you go to cybersecurity tools and go down, let's look for VPN. See, this is a page here, say build your own private VPN. So I've described all in this page, all the code that you are going to use. So if you want to copy paste this code later on to install it on your own machine and try this and do like a simulation or testing, or use it in your production environment, it's all here. I've written everything. So whatever I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say in this video is on this website, and later on I will, once I've uploaded this video online, I will put the link also to the video here, so you can also watch videos on it, or like click on it and watch the videos. Also, if you go back and look for Azure services, these are the videos I've created. So create a VM in Azure Cloud Services, install GUI on the Ubuntu machine if you want a GUI, a graphical interface, connect to Azure Ubuntu from your Windows using a client, using SSH client called MOBA Extreme. So these videos are the previous ones. if you're not following with me what I'm doing, you can go back to this and it will explain to you every step of the programs or the solution I'm using right now. That's it. Let's jump now to our building of the VPN server. So now I'm jumping to the MobaX term. This is how I connect to the Ubuntu Linux on the cloud. So I'm connecting now. I'm connecting to the server. So let me just clear the page and then let me minimize this one. So I've put all the information here on this. Let me make it bigger for you so you can see. So first we need to update that one. Just let me go back to the notes. So let's copy that. Go. Where is it? Yep. Insert and we're upgrading the machine itself. So while this is done, I'm just gonna minimize it. We finished this one. I'm just gonna put it in a different color so I can follow up that I finished this part. Okay, let me clear. Now next step, we install Docker. Okay, done. That's done. And I'm copying. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just copying the code from this file, which is the one I showed you on the web page. I'm just copying this one here, and I will show you later what is done and what it does it look like. So if you can just follow with this as I'm doing right now, you can just follow these steps one by one, copy paste all the commands, and I've explained, if I go back, so I've explained a little bit on each line what does it do exactly, so it would be easier for you to understand what I'm doing. So let's put this in red also, this one, and yes, we have it here. Okay, so the folder is there, that's a check. Done this, and then we'll create a folder called OpenVPN-AS. Before I do that, let me jump in first to the website of this solution so I can show it to you. Okay, so let me go back to this one. So if you search on Google, for example, so for OpenVPN, let me just make it bigger a little bit. Oh, that's too big. So there is a solution called OpenVPN. This is the one I'm using. It's a private virtual machine, VPN server, sorry, private VPN that you can use, and it is free to use for 2 users at the same time, concurrent connection. So it's called Access Server. This is a self-hosted, so you are going to host this server on your machine, and then let me just put this away. So this is you host it on your server. If you're using this one, you're gonna pay for it because it's cloud services. So this is on your private server. So if you have a server, or you can just hire a virtual machine online in any cloud services. So if I select the free version, I have to log in. So let's go to the comparison. Can we see it here? Connectivity. So the access servers, the self-hosted one, is free for 2 users, 2 connections to be used. And then if you want to upgrade, you'll have a business account, and then you pay for it. But this is free, completely free for 2 connections. That's why I'm using this one to show you how to install a VPN server and use it on your environment. This is for your own connection. It's not public, nobody can access it. It's only for you, your server, your virtual machines, and then your agents that you will install on your computer to connect to your server. Okay, so let me go back to my notes. So we're gonna continue this one. All right, so we finished this, and let's take this one. Put it here. So I'm taking the next command, and now I'm installing or downloading and installing the OpenVPN. Almost finished here, like 50%, more than 50% now. Cool, so that's done. So we finished this one. So this is if you need to recreate it again, so we don't need it because we didn't have any error with it. So we'll just jump to the next step. Now we set a password. As you can see here, it's sudo docker execute OpenVPN will user. I have a username called Mina, so you can change this one if you want, but this is the one I'm using in the Ubuntu machine itself. So here, this is the password. So all you need to do is change this one to your password. So I'm just going to change it to Mina capital M at 123, and this is a password for the user Mina itself. So I'm just going to copy this one, go back here, insert, done. So it said password changed successfully and status is true. Now we finish this one. Make the user Mina as a super user, so we'll just take a copy, insert, yep, correct. So that's done. And then ensure the user can connect on OpenVPN, the server. So yep, now it's true. This part is finished also. So we will start the service itself. So I'm just gonna copy the first one and insert. So we started the service. Now let's look at the status of the service. So if I insert this one, so this one is going the status of the service itself, and it should tell us what's happening. So it's still LDAP is disabled, local enabled, PAM enabled, and so on. These are all the services. Here started successfully on the public address. That's OpenVPN. So these are the services started. So finished this one. Now we can allow the ports on the firewall itself on the virtual machine. So we've done this in the previous videos, but I'm just gonna copy it and paste it again for you here. So let me minimize this one so you can see. So now we open the we finished all these steps. So next step is we allow the ports on your firewall on the virtual machine itself in the cloud services, which is the server now, the VPN server. So I'm just gonna copy these. We've already done this in a previous video, so I'm just gonna run it again. So let me clear the screen and then paste everything. And then we allow these ports 22.443.943, and it's TCP 1194 UDP. This is version 6, 22.443.943.1194. It's version 4 and version 6. So I'm opening these ports now on the server. What's next? All right. If the I said here Kali box or Kali machines, I'm using an Ubuntu, so it's not big difference. So it's just applied on both of them, and then it's telling you if you are behind a firewall or a router, you need to port forward these ports. But if you are having your virtual machine on the cloud service, as we are, as in our case here, we don't need to do this. But if you have your server as a physical server in your environment, in your house, in your business, office, anything, and you are behind a firewall or a router, you need to do a port forward on your router itself for these ports. Now, this is finished. So here we've installed now the VPN server. So if I minimize this one, and now it said here to go to the admin portal, you need to open this link, which is you put your IP address here, or the public IP address of the virtual machine, column 943, calling this on the port 943, and then /admin. So let me copy this one, and we go to this site, open a new page, and I will just doing like this, then copy the public IP address from the virtual machine, and then I remove it. I remove this text and just replace it with the public IP address. Press enter. It's telling your connection is not private. It has an SSL in it, but because the SSL is just a local SSL connection, or certificate, I mean SSL certificate on the server, it's just telling you it's not oh, actually this one just says there is no HTTPS, so it's not, doesn't have SSL at all. Okay, yep, we'll continue. Just gonna look again. Yes, so yep, so the OpenVPN server doesn't have an SSL certificate on the server. If you want, you can install this on your own and have your own SSL. There are a few online that is free to use, but just for simplicity now I'm not using it, so it's just telling you it's not HTTPS. So I will just put the username Mina, and then the password we've put in the code before, and we log in. So this is the server now. Okay, this is the server, and it's on. So this error, I will look at this error later on. I'm just showing you that the server is up and running. You can call it from your machine. I'm calling it from my machine now. And then for the license here, license type unlicensed, and you have 2 connections, and the current activation state is active. This is the free version of the server. So if I can remember, where is it? Yep, so I need to go here, and then in this field you need to put your public IP address. So on the VPN server, I'm just gonna copy the IP address. This is the public IP address of the virtual machine in Azure, and I'm gonna put it here in the server address. What does this mean? So I'm saving the settings. When you download the agent on your local computer, the agent will connect to this server. So I'm telling the agent, I'm gonna show you what's the agent later on, but I'm telling the agent to connect to this public IP address, which is this server. So this is how your computer will connect to the server and get the VPN connection out of it. So I'm going to save it. Then it's asking to restart the server. So I'm going to restart. This web page will time out right now. I believe we have to give it a few seconds to restart. Yep. So now it's running on the public IP address. All interfaces, TCP and IP, TCP and UDP, and the ports that we opened before. So if you take a look at the users, you have the user Mina that you have created before. You can create more, but it's only 2 connections allowed at the same time. And then the rest is controls of the server. But right now, I don't need more than this. So we finish this one. Now you need to go to configuration, network settings, and replace it, the host IP name with public IP address, which is this part. It's the VPN server, network settings, and then the host name. Then ensure routing NAT is yes. So where is routing NAT? It's in another place, I believe. No, not here. Should be here somewhere. Unless it's hidden, I can see it. Let's see. I think I might have done this in the code itself. So now I will just put this one as red. I will leave this part because I'm not sure exactly if I did it in the code itself or not. Now create more users if you want. This is the code, or you just go to users here and create more users. Just click add new user and then create the user. So I don't need this part. Now we go to the agent or the client connection on Windows. So on your Windows now, on your computer or the machines that you're using to connect to the VPN, you open the IP address in your browser, just the IP address. There is no admin, no ports, nothing. So we'll try this one on the virtual machine. You didn't, you can see this because I did not minimize the other one. So let me minimize this one. Let's go back a little bit. So we finished for the admin. We just need to open this URL and then /admin. So you replace this text with the public IP address of the virtual machine in Azure, and then do the host name as we did here, this host name to be the public IP address, and save it. the server will restart. Now let me minimize this one. I'm going to jump to this. This is to create more users if you want. And then this is the area that I need to show you now. So now the Kali Linux is up and running, or Ubuntu in our case now. VPN access is installed and up and running. We've changed the settings to the public IP address. Now we are going to download the client on your computer that you want to use to connect to USA as in your network, and then use it from there. So what happens is you go to the in your browser and just type your IP address. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to minimize this one and go here. So I'm just gonna copy this IP address from here and minimize this one. And now I'm gonna start a virtual machine, which is Windows 11, just a simple one for now. I'm just gonna like simulate what's happening when you connect to the private VPN. Yep. So Windows is up and running. Come on. Because I let this one open for some time, it went to sleep and it's now a little bit slow. Okay, come on. Yep. So let me sign in. Don't need that one. So I open the browser and I go to a website called Where Am I? And that one will tell you where is the location right now. So I'm in Melbourne in Australia right now. So we're gonna keep this one. Now we'll open again a new tab and then enter the public IP address of the server in Azure, the virtual machine. Then press enter. I believe I need to restart this virtual machine because it is very slow. Yep, I needed to add HTTPS. So press advance, continue. It's asking me now to log in. As you can see on top, it's saying log in. It's not an admin portal. I'm just going to log in using the password I've created. So it's Mina@123. And now it's telling us, yes, this account signed in. All right. You need to download the client or the agent on your machine, and then this is the connection profile which has all the setting in it. Once you download this OpenVPN client, you connect, install it, and then run it. You run this profile and then you'll have all the settings on your machine. So I'm not gonna download it here because I've already downloaded. So let me minimize this one. So I've downloaded here, I've installed this client on the computer, which is this one. All I need to do, you download, next step is to download the connection profile, which is this one. Once the software or the agent is installed, you'll see this icon change on the file. Instead of like a blank one, it will have the icon of the software, and then you double click on it and it will import the settings automatically on the agent itself or the client itself. All I need to do now is connect it. It's asking for the password, so I'm just put the password again that we put in the code, which is Mina at 123. Now it's going to connect. At this stage, we are communicating with the Azure server, and then it's taking the connection from the OpenVPN, and then OpenVPN will redirect the connection to USA geolocation, and once it's connected, it will treat this machine as it will be in the USA itself. Just waiting for this one to connect. It's gonna take a few seconds. Of course, it says slow because the virtual machine itself has low resources. It's like 1 gigabyte of RAM and a very few gigs on the hard drive itself, so it's not that powerful. If you want some higher speed, you just need to get a higher resources for your virtual machine in Azure itself, or uh, any other cloud services. So here it is timeout. Maybe I need to close it. Let me double click on that and open it again, because I've done this in another experiment. That's why maybe the settings are incorrect. Okay, save password. I'm just gonna save it instead of typing it every time. So now I'm importing the settings again. Maybe this file is incorrect, has different settings in it. Come on. Let's see if this one times out again. I will re-download it again. Most probably this one has a different settings. Come on. To check. Yeah, timeout. End of file 3 network sector times. Okay, maybe I'm using an old setting profile. So let's download that one again. So I downloaded the latest connection profile, and let's open it. Yes. Okay. And this is a password we've already done before. It failed. Oh wait, what happened? Disconnect. So let me delete the profile completely. Most probably I've added a wrong connection settings before. So I'm gonna open that one again, import it, save password. Yep, connect. See, yeah, I was using an old connection settings that has different settings in it. Just needed to download the latest one. So now it is connected and giving you all the connections. let's go back now to that one, and I will refresh the website, and voila, as you can see, I'm now in the US. This connection, that is my IP right now, and country United States. So this is, if we zoom out a little bit, we are in US right now. So I'm in Australia, and once I connected to the VPN, my own VPN, I connected to the US location. So this server is over there right now, and I can use this one to do whatever I like in this location. That's how you install a VPN server. And let me go back to the notes. Is there anything else that I need to tell you about that one? Okay, so what we did, we set up a small computer in a US data center running Ubuntu server, and then on it, yeah, let me explain it again because this has been in previous videos. Why are we in the United States? When we created the virtual machine in Azure, we specified the location in US. So the Ubuntu or the Kali Linux server is in a US data center. We installed the VPN on it, and then we connected our machine from Australia to that VPN, and that VPN connects to the internet, and now we are in the US location. Okay, so your internet traffic is encrypted through the server. You forward the request to that server, and then the server forwards it to the internet. What's the result? Website sees the server US location, not your location in Australia. And why is this useful? In few cases or some cases that you need to be inside the US. Let's say the new Sora 2 from ChatGPT that you can use. It's now currently offered in the US area only. So once you have an invitation code and you can get this easily online, you can have access to Sora 2. Sora 2 is just right now in US only. So that's why using a VPN to be in the US so you can use it. I'm just giving you an example. So for the US location, streaming sites, news pages, services that require US presence, you can use this one privately, your server only, nobody else access it, and no one sees your data. Let's see, you are in a public Wi-Fi, a cafe or a hotel Wi-Fi. Connect to the VPN to remove your actual location and use another location from the US itself. And because it's encrypted, you are securing your traffic on the internet. So what actually happens when you click connect? There is a secure tunnel created, your device to the server, exchange keys. It's like handshake, and then the tunnel is encrypted. Traffic goes through the tunnel. Every website apps request you make goes to the encrypted tunnel to the server, and then from the server to the internet. And I don't see any other information needed right now. Just need a Linux machine in a US location, install OpenVPN access server on that machine for free. don't pay for anything on top of that. You just pay for the virtual machine in Azure, which I'm using a free student accounts or a free accounts. You can sign up for it, no credit card needed, and use just a very simple low resources virtual machine and do it. You can do this for fun, just test and see. Change your server from US to any location in Europe, install it again, and then try all of this. Then you'll have your network through Europe and so on. We install the firewall on the Linux machine. We open the ports. Then after you install the server, you install the client or the agent on your machine and can connect to the server and have your own private VPN. Thank you for watching and wait for more videos.